Past and present and future tense. Yesterday, today, tomorrow makes sense. I rapped, I rap, I will rap. Let's do this! 3, 2, 1, go!
Hi, I'm Sunita Juneja. I elatedly welcome you for lesson 2 of course Rectification. So thank you so much for the active participation. Keep up the spirit. I want the same memento for the rest of your lessons. So without further ado, let's dive deep into the lesson. So today we are gonna talk about tenses. So something is coming on your mind, what exactly these are tenses, why these tenses are required. All right, so here let me brief you about tenses. So first let's understand what exactly the meaning of tenses. Tenses means it tells the time, right? The kind of situation we have. Are we in the present situation, right? Am I talking about the past situation, or something will happen in the future? Am I talking about the future situation? All right. So here something is related to now. So that's called your present situation. If you talk about the past, means the previous. So now is your today. Previous, if I'm talking about, that's the yesterday, means the past, right? And if I'm talking about the future one, that's your tomorrow. All right. So the one thing I want to add here, we use the past tense if something is happening right now, that's the present. But something happened just a moment. Just a moment means just a second back or maybe a minute back. There also we are using the past tense. No worries. Today I'm gonna make your life very easy. After this, trust me, today you'll do the mastery in tenses. So pay attention and stay tuned with me. All right? Okay. So there are 12 types of tenses are here. Okay. Let's see the 3 types of the main tenses I'm talking about here. The one is your present, then is your past, and this is your future. But here under this we have another one, the 4. 1. Okay, I'll write it down like this. The 1 in the Roman, and I'll do it like this way. So this is gonna be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So let's understand it one by one. Okay. First, we'll discuss the present tense. Okay. So this is your present simple tense. Now, what does it mean? Right, so here I am talking about the present situation. Okay, like I cook. Okay, you cook. If I'm talking about the third person, she cooks. So here I have to add s after my action verb. I hope you remember, right, what exactly we're talking about. The action verb, we did it like in our previous lesson. So verb, so action is happening here. What's that action is happening here? Cook. Okay, the cooking is here. So, and she cooks, he cooks, it, you could add it reads, or something you want to add here. It also you have to use it cooks, you could say like this also. All right, yeah, it cooks is like nothing. Of course somebody is there. This is just to tell you have to add as okay. So it means, you could say we used to say it rains, you could say like this also, right? So that's your present simple tense. Okay, I hope it's clear to you. So I means the first person, you second person, he, she, it, they. That's we are talking about the third person. But with they, we always remember we have to use only the singular form, right? So that's your cook. All right, will not mention over there cooks, will just type there or use that cook. All right, Is that clear to you? Are you with me? All right. I hope you are writing it down like, simultaneously. So please use your notebook and pen. Whenever I teach any lesson, please use that, make that habit. That will definitely take your level to the next one. All right? Okay. Now, moving forward. So next one is present continuous tense, right? Now, what are you doing? I'm teaching. Okay, so the question was, what are you doing? So I said like, I'm teaching, right? And if you're cooking, you could say, I'm cooking. I'm playing, okay? I'm reading a book. You could say like this. Means what exactly the action is happening now, but which is continuing, right? So there you have to use this type of sentence, I am cooking. So here what I did, I have added here a helping verb, right? I am cooking. All right. Don't worry, I'm gonna tell you a rule regarding it so that it's gonna be easy for you. Just remember one thing. That's SVO. So when we are creating a sentence structure, right, you have to use your subject. So this is your subject. All right. Now I'm talking about verb. Here I have a verb. But when talking about something continuous, so here I need a helping verb, which helps my subject, right? Helping verb, or you could say auxiliary verb. Both are the same thing, right? And then it's gonna be, okay, I am cooking, you could say in the kitchen. So that's gonna be your object, the rest part, okay? Or like you could say, I am reading a book, right? So this is like my subject, okay? So always remember, I have used this kind of contraction. So this we are using while speaking. Am, we don't say like, I am reading a book. So we used to speak like this, we contract the things, right? So I'm reading a book, right? But while writing, of course, you in the informal writing, you are allowed to write this way, right? Okay, but always remember, when it's a formal writing, then you have to write like this only. I am, right? I am reading a book. So I is my subject. This is like my helping verb. So this is first form of the verb. Then is your ing, and it's your object. All right. So this way, you can create a rule. Subject plus helping verb. So it could be, it depends, like, is MR. According to this, she is reading a book. They are reading a book. You are reading a book. Then after that, first form of the verb, then ing, and then object. All right. Moving forward, next one is your present perfect tense. Now, when we are talking about present perfect tense, okay, let me tell you one more thing. So when we are talking about present simple, this is your basic tense, right? This is again your basic tense, but when it comes about your perfect, so that becomes your advanced tense. So always remember, so when we are talking about the spoken English, there we usually use like, perfect or perfect continuous tense. That's which we are gonna do after this, right? Now, okay, present perfect tense. Now you need to tell me the rule for this. Okay, I'm giving you a hint. So here I'll give you this one. I'll give you this helping verb. Okay, now can you make a rule? Try. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I hope you have done it. Yes, you have done it. That's our present perfect tense. Yes, so I have cooked. All right. So what I'm doing here, I'm talking about, this is my subject, then my helping verb, plus third form of the verb. Always remember, in the perfect tense, we have to use our third form of the verb. Okay? Cooked, cooked. I have cooked. All right? So, all right, I have done it. All right? I have finished my homework. So, I is my subject. Have, helping verb. Finished, third form of the verb. My homework, that's gonna be your object. Okay? All right. Smart. All right. Now, let's move ahead. Now, so this is gonna be, I would say, your present perfect continuous tense. Okay. All right. Present perfect continuous tense. So this is gonna be your, like, the fourth category. The same categories we have to use for the past and for the future. Okay? Now, I have been cooking since morning. OMG. Really? One more sentence I'm gonna give you here. It's been raining since morning. Okay? It's been pouring since morning. It's been pouring for 2 hours. I've been cooking for 2 hours. Have you noticed one difference? I have used 2 different things. Since, for. What's that? All right. Let's understand. I have been cooking since morning or for 2 hours. What? Let's understand what exactly the meaning of this present perfect continuous tense. See, here I'm talking about my present situation, right? So there is an action which is like, happening in the present, but it is still continuing. So here, let's compare it to like the previous one. Here, I have cooked means I have done my work. I have completed my homework, right? Means you have finished it. That's like, in the present. But this is still something is continuing. So, the 2 things always remember. So, we generally use that thing like, with the perfect tense and the perfect, I would say, present perfect continuous tense. So, perfect tense and perfect continuous tense. So, always remember this thing. If I'm talking about since, what exactly the meaning of since? Since means point, okay, I'm just removing, point in time, right? Since morning. So, talking about that pointed time, okay? Since means point in time, all right? Let me remove it from here. Okay, so this I'm gonna write it here, SVO, right? Now, if I'm talking about for, so this you're using for period of time. Means you're talking about a longer period, right? So, that's the difference between since and for. So this, of course, when you have to use these 2 words, always use with your present tense, present perfect tense, or like, present perfect continuous tense, right? And yes, of course, with the past perfect tense, past perfect continuous tense, future perfect tense, or like, that depends, like, what's the kind of situation here. Not the future, of course, this kind of situation we cannot relate with the future, but with the two things, I would say the present and the past, you could use these two things, like, since or for. So always remember, whenever you're using this since, so that's related to your point in time, and talking about the period of time, that's gonna be for a longer period of time. All right. I hope you have understood. Don't worry, let me reiterate you, okay, once again. So first we are talking about present simple tense. All right, now say it after me. Present simple tense. I cook. I cook. Very good. Moving forward. Present continuous tense. I am cooking. Yes, I can hear you. Very good. Present perfect tense. I have cooked. I have cooked. Superb. Present perfect continuous tense. I have been cooking for 2 hours. Tremendous. Good job. I hope this present tense is now clear to you. All right. Shall we move forward now? All right. Okay. Let's talk about the past tense. Okay. So it's very simple. It's a minor change you have to do here. All right. Now, if I'm talking about the past situation, so past situation means I'm talking about the past thing. Okay. That happened in the past. Okay. That work had happened. Right. So if I'm talking about this way, okay, so here just one thing I want to add here. So here the rule for this past simple, here I'm talking about past simple. Okay, so what you have to what you need to remember here, we are gonna use here the past simple, that's gonna be your subject plus second form of the verb plus object. So please just pay attention here. Many people are doing a lot of mistake here. So here I'm talking about I cooked, that's fine. Okay, if I'm talking about I went to the market, you cannot use like, in the past tense. If I'm talking about, okay, I went to the market yesterday. Okay, so some people, they know I go to the market yesterday. No, with the yesterday you cannot use go. Okay, you have to use second form of the verb. Okay, and one more thing, what happens when it comes to okay, I didn't do it, so it's a kind of a did. So did will tell you exactly regarding this, your how will you come to know this is like your a kind of a past question. So did is mentioned there, so that means that's related to your past. Okay, and if they're talking about, so do does, that I hope you know about that. So do does we use for our present situation, and did we are using for our past. So okay, and one more thing, with did always use first form of the verb. So here the kind of mistake here people are doing, so they speak like this. Okay, if I'm saying like this, okay, I went to the market yesterday, that's fine, means some of them may as I mentioned earlier. Okay, here maybe you could say like this. Okay, I didn't done that, that's wrong. No, I didn't went there, that's again wrong. I didn't go there. All right, so here you could see the difference. So went we are using for the positive sentence, right? And in the negative sentences we are using first form of the verb with did. I didn't do that, I didn't go there. All right, moving forward, I was cooking. What does it mean? So this is gonna be your past continuous tense. So here I'm talking about an action happened in the past and that was continuing in the past. When you want to talk about something past, you are discussing with your friends on a phone call, or maybe someone arrives at your place, you people are discussing with each other, any kind of situation, and this kind of situation happens. So you could say like, okay, at that time I was cooking in the kitchen, I'm so sorry I couldn't pick up your call. Like this conversation means you're talking about your past experiences. All right, so here we use our past continuous tense. I hope it's clear to you. So what I'm doing here, so here I've used subject, then was verb, so that indicates your helping verb, or like your auxiliary verb. Okay, it indicates this one, means that is your past tense you have to use over there, and your first form of the verb, then your ing. All right, okay, moving forward, your past perfect tense. So now you know this, this is your basic, advanced. So this is past simple is your basic one, this is your basic, this is advanced, past perfect, and past perfect on tense is also your advanced tense. So now we are talking about our advanced tense, that I had cooked. Now what does it mean? So here I'm talking about the past situation again. All right, I had cooked means talking about the past, maybe this situation you are again, like, discussing with someone. So here I'll give you another example. So for instance, I'm talking about, so you might get confused maybe in the present perfect tense and your past perfect tense. So here I'll give you a very simple trick. So when we're talking about means your present perfect tense, that is related to your nearer past, right? And when I'm talking about your, yes, I am saying nearer past situation that just happened. So for instance, you could say like this, for the present perfect tense, I have already had breakfast. This one sentence. Now if I'm talking about the same situation for the past perfect tense, so I'll say like this, I had already had breakfast. So what's the difference between when you are talking with someone in the present situation? So I have to use maybe okay, let's take a situation. Now what I'm doing here, maybe like, I visit one of my friend's place, and she she's offering me breakfast. So what I tell her, what I'm gonna tell her, right? I'll tell her, no, I have already had breakfast, right? Okay, now the same situation if you're talking about means just like, maybe a time, maybe an hour, maybe like a half an hour back, like this, or you could say like this, then you're using your present perfect tense. So now if I'm talking about maybe the same situation, all right, it happens like, at night, and you are talking about maybe the morning time, right? So that's gonna be a long distant past, right? So here I'll use like this, I had breakfast, right? Of course, any kind of situation you could create. So for the distant past, you have to use your past perfect tense, but for the nearer past, you have to use your present perfect tense. So don't get confused. All right, don't get confused here. Next tense is past perfect continuous tense. So what does it mean? An action happened in the past and that was continuing in the past only. I had been cooking. All right, so what I've done here instead of like have, I'm using here had. So that kind of helping verb, like you have to use here. Or in other way, you could say like this also. It had been snowing all week. All right, so I'm talking about like the past situation. So there was the snow time, and which was continuing in the past. All right, the whole week means it was snowing, right? All right, so I can use this way. It had been snowing all week. All right, now moving forward. So now it's our last tense. This is your future one. All right, so let's now quickly do it. I know you're feeling tired. Don't worry. So I'll finish it like quickly. I know this lesson is a bit like the longer one, but I hope you understand. This is really very important. When you have to speak something, the sentence structure is mandatory. So don't worry. Yes, for getting something, so you have to lose something. Don't worry, you're not losing here something, right? This is just in a patient manner. I know you are listening to me and you are learning the new things. All right. Now, future tense we are talking about here. So first is our here future simple tense. All right. Simple, I will cook. So if I'm talking about the future, future means unplanned things. All right, I will cook. I don't know when I'm gonna cook, so the time is not decided. That's unplanned. So that's call you. Okay, I'll call you later. All right, so I don't know when I'm gonna call. If there is a kind of a particular time, then you could give some time, or then normally we are talking about, okay, I'll call you later. You could say like this, or that's why that's called your unplanned things. Okay, now next one is your future continuous tense. So when you're talking about our future continuous tense, so here I have to use my subject. The helping verb is gonna be your will plus be, first form of the verb, then your ing. All right, so will is gonna be your helping verb, or you could say your auxiliary verb. All right, so I'll be cooking. All right, so I'll be cooking tomorrow. I'm talking about means tomorrow, maybe if you're talking like this, at that time, I'll be cooking. I'm talking about the future. Then you could say this sentence. Now coming to our last two tenses are left now. So slowly we'll move ahead. These are the two tenses which I told you earlier, right? Just to make you understand what exactly we are talking about. Generally, again I'm repeating, generally we don't use these two tenses like while speaking. So this is this is again like kind of, I would say, more advanced thing, I would say. If I'm talking about future perfect tense, so this is something you are predicting for the future. All right, I will have cooked. What does it mean? All right, here I'm talking about by the time you reach, I will have cooked. I'm talking about the future thing. By the time you reach, I will have cooked means the cooking that's gonna be finished. Me talking about the future way. All right, by the time you reach, I will have cooked. That cooking will be finished. All right, I hope it's clear to you. So we usually use, for this future perfect, we can use this kind of expressions. By the time, or you could say before you something, before you arrive. Okay, you could say like this also. So so before you before you arrive, I will have cooked. All right, next way, or by the time you reach, I will have cooked. You could say like this also. Moving forward, your last tense now, future perfect continuous tense. All right. All right. Okay. Before this, I wanna give you one more example also here. For the future perfect, before the vaccines, I'm sorry, before the vaccine arrives, the corona will have gone across the world. You never know. We can predict like this. So before the vaccine arrives, the corona will have gone across the world. Do you really think? You never know, it could happen, right? All right, so this we are doing the kind of prediction. All right, now moving forward to the next one, last one, future perfect continuous tense. I will have been cooking. All right, now talking about the again future tenses. Future thing. Before the guests arrive, I will have been cooking all the day. All right, I have been cooking all day, so I'll be exhausted. Talking about the future one. I repeat here, before the guests arrive, I will have been cooking all day, so I'll be exhausted. All right, so here the end of the lesson. All right, now first of all, a big round of applause for you. Many congratulations to you. You have done the mastery in tenses. All right, so I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. What you have to do, I want you to just go back to my video. Please watch it once again. I know it's like really not very easy just to understand everything in a day. Go back to my video. Just maybe what you could do, just try maybe the one tense in a day, or maybe just just break it like the two things only, like maybe divide the two parts of in the one tense. Maybe you could watch only the present simple and the present continuous tense, then try to implement that. Then again go back to my video, then just watch these two tenses. So this way you could divide your time, and trust me, if you are gonna implement these sentences in your speech, you will become an eloquent speaker, because this mastery in tenses will boost up your confidence. Yeah, and of course simultaneously you are gonna feel more fluent also. All right, okay, so what you have to do now, don't forget to share this video with your friends, acquaintances and relatives, so that they could also understand, because sharing is caring. They can also learn the new things. Maybe they knew some of the things, and this piece of information gonna be a kind of additional for them. All right, so I'll be back with another lesson. Don't worry, today I'm not gonna give you any homework. I just want you just to practice and implement in your life. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have already subscribed it, then like it, share it and spread it across the world. Until next time, toodle babe.